Yo guys, welcome back to Cryptoria. Today I'm going to be covering reserve rights, but before I do, I'd appreciate if you like, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you know when I upload. And with that being said, let's get with today's video. So guys, yes, another video on reserve rights. If you guys do want to learn more about what reserve rights is and what these guys are up to, I'll leave the video link below in the description for you guys to go check out as well in terms of what these guys are actually up to. So I won't be going over the website or the white paper today, but as you guys can see, they're doing really well at the moment, currently ranked 140th. Currently price is up 1.51%, circling over that 4-penny mark. Current market cap is just underneath that 600 million. Diluted market cap is over 4.5 billion. Circulating volume is 66 million. Going over the chart very briefly, I will be going over it after as well. So I was circulating underneath that penny mark. It did spike up towards around that 3-penny mark and did circulate back underneath that penny. It did go all the way up, spiking to across that around 11-cent mark before going back down to where the price is at the moment. In terms of where you guys can buy it, definitely the best place being on Binance, but if you guys got your exchanges on these other ones as well, you could definitely go pick up there as well. So I will be jumping onto some recent news now. So just before I jump over onto the price prediction, I do want to show you some upcoming news that's happening on later this year, which might actually help price go up or might actually cause price to go down, which I will be explaining later. So as you guys can see, the mainnet launch happening at the 31st of December or earlier. Click on the proof, it does show you this, the mainnet launch. When people say mainnet launch in the reserve community, they're referring to the launch of full reserve protocol on Ethereum mainnet. The team is aiming to launch the full protocol in Q4 2021. It's difficult to be sure we'll hit this timeline in advance because there are multiple levels of security that have to be achieved, and sometimes security analysis takes a surprising amount of time. On a high level, the rules of the protocol and decentralized governance must be well designed so that it can be attacked economically or politically, and so that it will maintain the right economic properties over time. On a low level, the code must be carefully evaluated to make sure it actually works as intended. Even audited contracts get hacked, so doing an audit to check the box isn't sufficient to be confident in code security. With that perspective on security in mind, the protocol team is working hard to execute the launch as soon as possible. For more information, go ahead and check out this link as well. So I'll leave the relevant links below for you guys to go check out this mainnet launch that will be hopefully happening in the end of this year. So that is pretty much what they have in terms of upcoming news, which, as I did say guys, it might actually cause the price to go up or it might actually go down. So I will be showing that in a second. So guys, I will be jumping onto the price analysis now. So guys, yes, what everyone's been waiting for, the price analysis. So if you do want to check out that first video I did mention on where I thought price was going to, it was pretty accurate, and if you guys do want to check it out, I'll leave the link below as I already mentioned. So I have jumped onto the monthly time frame RSR against USDT, and I have drawn out the all-time low around that 0.007 and the all-time high around that 11-cent mark, pretty much shy of that 12-cent mark. So if you did buy it all the way from the low, which was towards the end of last year sort of time, if you did buy it then, you would have made substantial gains as well. So you would have made around 1,400% gain. So that is pretty good if you did pick up then. So that is what I've drawn out. So it did do a nice sort of retracement, cleaning these candles here as well. You can see that it did mirror these corrections and it did correct it pretty well. It does seem to be creating that level of support over here as well, which does indicate going upwards as well. So I have went onto monthly again and have drawn out this Fibonacci, which it does show you it has retraced back towards that 2 cent to 3 cent region. It does seem to be creating that level of support, as you guys can see over here. Two supports being formed here, and does seem to be breaking this level of resistance. If it does break above this, I do see it going cleaning these mirror candles here and maybe retesting this level of resistance around the 8-cent mark before going up to our all-time high, create a level of support and go into our all new time high towards that 15-cent, 20-cent, 25-cent region and so on. So that is what I think, guys. I do want to see the resistance being broken. If the month ends above this, I do see a much more higher chance of it going towards that region there initially, before obviously creating new highs and new supports and going towards a new high. So that is what I'm thinking. As you guys can see also as well, it has been ranging for quite some time. For these last months has been ranging between that 3 cent to around that 4 cent. So it has been ranging between this, hasn't actually ever broken above that region. So it needs to break above this in order for it to have a much more stronger indication of it going up here, cleaning these candles here as well, is what I'm thinking as well. Jumping onto the weekly, have drawn out this strong trend line here as well. It does seem to have already touched it twice. So either what it's going to do is either going to be trapped between this range, between that 3 cent to that 5 cent region, either going to be trapped between this and then going up towards these clean level of candles here. It does need to break this resistance again. So if it does break this, I see it going towards that high over here again, so around that 12 cent region, before creating new highs. Or what it needs to do is initially break this level of resistance. So that support turn resistance needs to be broken, maybe to retest again, create that level of support, and mirroring what it does here. You can see that it broken that level of resistance towards that right over the left over here, create that level of support and go up there. So it needs to do the same here in order for that new high to be formed again. Or what it might do as well, guys, completely do form down here, go completely, you know, breaking these level of supports and just going all the way down here, testing it again before and going back up. I did mark out, you know, around that December time is where I see price going to. So around there, hopefully December time, you see it all high here around that 9 cent, 10 cent region, or you never know, it might be down here as well, is what I'm thinking as well, guys. So jumping onto the daily, I have drawn out this ascending triangle that it touched it twice over here, and the third time it does seem to have broken it and does seem to have, you know, retested it slightly, and does seem to create that double bottom pattern over here as well, and does seem to be breaking these level of resistances. So it does look like it's going to be going back up to these highs around here, around that 11 cent, and if it does so, that will be such a clean move as well, is what I'm thinking. If it does do that, it will do that perfectly. This is on the daily as well, and it does seem to have, you know, formed the structure as well. The worst case what I think might happen is either retest here and go back up there, or it just, you know, go completely up there, is what I'm thinking, just because it does seem to cleanly cut this trend line and does create that double bottom pattern as well, and create that level of support before going back up, is what I'm thinking as well. Even jumping onto 4 hour, especially if you guys do futures with RSR and, you know, short-term trading, I see this happening, literally the most perfect retracement Fibonacci I can see. So I have marked out this Fibonacci retracement, create that nice level of support around that 61.8 level. You can see that multiple time of rejections over here as well, create loads of rejections here, does create that level of support as well, and does seem like if you were to put this in, you should have got entered here, and hopefully you guys did as well, especially when I'm doing as well. I do like to do futures as well, is when I was able to trade as well. So I'm in profits right now, is why I'm seeing, I see a price prediction to around that 52 cent region. You can see over here, so around that 5 cent region is that initial short-term target as well. So hopefully this plays out, and it does, if it would be absolutely perfect. So that's what I'm pretty much thinking in terms of short term. Hopefully this plays out, and if it does a full Fibonacci retracement, and hopefully it does break these level of resistances over here as well. So guys, that's pretty much my prediction in terms of short term and in terms of long term as well. Hopefully it does play out exactly what I think is going to be playing out, especially with the upcoming news and, you know, other news is that they will be obviously pushing out as well. Those were just the main ones I highlighted today, guys. So guys, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on bell notification for all future videos. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.